Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the April Scraptastic kit. Um, this is the third layout using this kit. It took me an hour and 18 minutes to complete. I'm going to start off with some watercolor and some distress inks. And I'm just measuring off 12 inches because I don't want to go beyond, because I like to use that little extra 4 inches to when I want to try out stuff. It just gives me some watercolor paper to play with if I want to try something new. So I showed you the colors that I was going to use for this layout. So if you missed it, you can go back and check it out, because I didn't write them down. I just brought them up to the screen so that you could see it. But there's 8 different colors, and I'm going to do so that it spans. I'm just doing directly ink pad to the paper and just kind of smushing it down, adding some water and making some color blocks. There's different ways to do this. Irit had done it with on a Stampin' Block. Tuesday did it with the stamps, and I just wanted to do it with directly with the ink pad down to the paper. And I'm showing you now the bottom half. I want to do some blues because I'm going to be doing pictures of my daughter like in 2004, and we were at the beach. We went camping at the beach, and I'm not going to end up using all of this. I'm going to end up cutting it down, but I still have the leftovers, and I can use it on another layout if I so choose at a later date. It's just the top left corner. The purple didn't turn out the purple that showed on the cover, so it just kind of clashed with everything. So I think I would have rather done it with different colors of pinks instead of adding the purple in there, sort of like I did on the bottom. I did sort of all blues. Some of them are teal, but they're still, greenish blue, and then off to the blues. Now what I'm going to do is, I find it's kind of plain, and where these you've added water, you've toned them down, like you've watered them down. So now I'm going to take the stamps that came in the kit, and there's polka dots and the outline of a cloud, and I'm doing it color on color, so tone on tone. And because I've watered down the colors, because I'm stamping full strength, then you see the color, and I really like that. So I'm just doing polka dots. There was a stamp set that was sort of the cloud, but it's like lines through it, and I'm doing that. And then I'm also going to take out some words, and the words are going to say "love this memory," and I'm going to do it on the light blue. And then I'm going to take out the little hearts too, and I'm going to do it on the purplish or lilac color. But the 4 squares on the left I didn't use, and I made a mess. The cover of my ink pad was full of ink, and it was a different color than what was there, so it made a huge mess. So I just took a baby wipe, and that's the great thing about these inks with water. If you add water, you can lift the color. So I lifted most of it up. So that's going to take me a few minutes to get that done. And so this was fun. This was just to add something. I'm going to use it as a layering piece to mat my photo. So I'm going to cut down the watercolor paper to the right size, because at this point I don't know if I'm going to use it all 8 squares or 4 squares. So now I'm going to show you. I didn't show you all the die cuts and everything that I had chosen to use with this collection, or not this collection, this layout, and the photos and all the little die cuts and pattern papers and I'm going to put the whole thing. I have a pink pattern paper, I believe, that I wanted to do, or maybe it was a cardstock that I want to mount it on. But I found with the watercolor, I just wanted some white cardstock in the back so that it would really pop off the page. So I'm going to decide to do that. So that watercolor paper, I got it at Curry's Art Supplies, and it's a store online, and it's in a Canadian stores. So if you're from Canada, it's free shipping if you order over $25, which is awesome. And they also have the masking fluids and all sorts of things, watercolor paints, and you think the Peerless watercolors, they have those, like they just have a whole bunch of stuff. So it's good to know that we can order from somewhere that we don't have to pay crazy shipping. So I cut that watercolor paper in half, and I'm going to keep the 4 squares that were to the right, and then I mounted the 2 photos on white, and one of them was already cut down 3 by 3. I must have done that years ago and I didn't use it, so I'm going to use it on this layout. And again, it's a picture of my middle daughter at the beach. We went camping it's an island that's about 45 minutes from where I live. It's called Prince Edward Island. And if you're not from the area, I'm sure you'll know this. That's where Anne of Green Gables was founded, and the movies and all that. And you can still go and visit that place for Anne of Green Gables. So we went camping on Prince Edward Island, and there's a beach there that's called Twin Shores, and it's awesome. And so I took some pics, and the sand there is so beautiful. Like, it's just this rich color. And I'm going to be scrapping quite a few pictures from our camping trip there, so you'll see the richness of the earth. There is no other earth like it. Like, it's anywhere. Like, it's just so orangey. Like, it's amazing. So I put some foam tape in behind the smaller photo. And then I cut 2 strips of the polka dots, and I put it at the top and the bottom of the layout. I also put one of those acetate sort of in between the watercolor paper and the pictures, and quite a few pattern papers, the striped in pink and in cream. And the pattern paper that I was going to use as a background, I cut a piece of it and put it in behind that. I'm going to cut some polka dots, and I'm going to stick it in behind there. And I'm looking to see if there's any more stamps that I want to use on this layout. And I'm going to glue down the 2 strips at the top and the bottom of the layout. And once I know, like, the composition, like how I want to put the pattern papers down, I just glue it down right away, because I hate the shuffling, the paper shuffling. And then at this point I had went away. I think I also did part of this page while I was working. So when I was, straightening out, I flipped one of the pattern papers over, and it had those little anchors on the other side. So I thought, oh, this is perfect for this page. And it was actually the back side of that pink pattern paper that I want to use as a background. And now I want to add some doilies on this page, and I'm going to use my new Color Bloom Prima inks, misting inks, and it's in the peony. And I ended up spraying 2 of the doilies, and I'm going to use one on this page. And I've already have a page put together, not planned out, but put together, the pattern papers leftovers with the... Okay, so the recording stopped. So again, I'm sorry. Now I won't know if I've said this before, if I didn't. But anyway, I put that doily with the next layout. I pulled out some the thickers that came in the kit, and you can change the color. So again, I used the Hero Arts in white dauber, and I put the first layer with that, and then I choose the colors that I want. And I use the color that came in the kit. I think it's called Knotted Wood from Prima. And then I'm going to use my Hero Arts dauber. I think I used strawberry slush at first, and it just doesn't coordinate with the pattern paper whatsoever. And that's the neat thing about these is, you just wait for them to dry up, and then you put more white over top, and you can change as long as you stay in the same tone. And I also pulled one the doilies, and I think I already said that. But anyway, I used some Color Bloom Peony ink to change the color. And then I used one of the die cuts that came in the kit, and it's a what do you call them? A die cut that was cut from the silhouette, and they're exclusives to Scraptastic kits. And I put some foam tape in behind one of the photos, and it was already cut down to that size because I found it in my photo box that size. So I must have wanted to use it for a layout, and I didn't. And now I'm going to start putting everything together. And I pulled out some chipboard speech bubbles that came in the kit, and the butterflies. There's the little hearts, the puffy hearts that came in the kit. I stamped out another, I took another stamp out, and it says the best place on earth. And I stamped it out 3 times, and I'm going to use it as an element on this layout. And I don't know if this got cut off, but I put acetate in behind the photo that came in the kit, and cut a few pattern papers down and use them on this layout. I'm going to use one of those little bows that came in the kit. And now I'm going to try to figure out where I'm going to put the title. And I think I'm going to put it right there on top of the photos. And it's just nice. It's got a nice place to sit right there, and it's going to end up going over some of the pattern papers and some of the watercolor paper. And I really like how that water, the distress inks, not watercolor, but if you add water to it, it almost acts like a watercolor. And at this point, I'm looking to change the color of those pink, or those letters. I want it to be more pink. And every time it dries up, it fades into almost nothing. But in the end, I end up adding more white and then more pink over top. And the finished product, it almost looks like sandy looking letters. So I really like the way it turned out. It's not pink, 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 but I like the way it turned out. So the title is just Sun and Sand. And I'm going to fuss quite a bit with those letters. Like I said, I just wanted a pinker pink. I didn't want it to fade out the way it did. So as soon as I'm done this, I'm going to be working on I think it's the 8th layout. Yes, the 8th layout. Using this kit, I'm going back to work tomorrow. Today's June 4th, so I'm going back to work tomorrow, and I have a 60-hour week. So hopefully I still get to do some stuff because I'm in the middle of packing. It's slow going. Oh my goodness. So much stuff to pack. I'm up to like, I don't know, 6 or 7 boxes, and you can't even tell. Like, it's gonna be a lot of work, but I'd rather start now, and when we sell the house, that I don't have to pack like a crazy woman for 2 weeks straight. So now I have the base of the layout done. I'm feeling comfortable with the amount of die cuts. And I'm picking stuff from the kit first, and the first, I'd say 10 layouts, it's good because there's so many die cuts in the kits that I have enough stuff to make clusters. I find by the 10th or 12th layout, I'm noticing that my embellishments are dwindling. So I have to start, going into my stash a little bit more. But that's pretty good, Um, but, by the time I'm done these kits, I still have die cuts left over. It's usually just not the right color, right? I usually run out of the colors that I think we all tend to gravitate towards certain colors. If you have only boys, then you have a lot of primary colors and blues, and and if you have girls, then you have a lot of pink layouts. And I love teal. I love green, but there's not a lot of green stuff in the scrapbooking world, I find. So now I'm going to take my Staedtler fine tip marker or fine liner, and I got mine at Staples, but you can get them at Michael's and use a coupon. And I'm going to outline all the pattern papers. Now I'm using the Knotted Wood Prima ink, and I'm just inking all the edges of those circles because they're stamped on white, so they were going to fade into the background, and I didn't want that. And I'm going to put that little bow. Those bows are so cute right on this peach bubble. And now I'm looking to see what else I could add to this layout. And I'm going to add some washi tape from my stash, and I'm going to add it to 3 areas. I'm going to add some enamel hearts that also came in the kit, and I'm going to use one of the brackets on the title right next to Sun and Sand. And if you're new to my channel, this is let me just see here, I have to go back, the 267th process video. So if you're new, you got tons of videos to watch. This is because I made a goal. Again, if you're new, I made a goal this year in January to get 240 layouts done and 240 process videos done. And this is the 106th video or page done for this year. So yay, I'm right on track, because by the end of May, I should have had 100 pages done. This is June 4th, and this is the 106th page, but I actually have 110 pages done. So I'm right on track. I'm not falling behind. The only thing I'm falling behind is my other goals. I haven't started Project Life, and I haven't started exercising yet. And so I need to get on that. And it's getting too hot now to get on my treadmill, so I know I'm not going to do that. So I'm actually thinking of joining a gym that's right close to my house, and that I can do that on my days off, because it's only 5 minutes from home. So I'll keep you, up to date whether I hope I get it done, because I think it'll give me the energy that I need. So I used my Hero Arts inker in Pale Tomato, and then I used my Inky Black from Mr. Huey and added some mist around the layout. And I had fun making this layout. I liked, taking out my distress inks. I think I have them in every color that Tim Holtz made. So, and, I like these challenges that I put out too, because it forces me to do stuff that I haven't done in a long time, like pull out some products that I haven't used in a long time. So I always try to think of stuff that, what haven't you used in a long time, and try to incorporate that into the challenges. So I had taken out some pink and white twine, but I found it was blending into the page too much. So I took out my black and white twine. And now I'm going to show you some close-ups of the layout and each of the little clusters. And again, if you're new to my YouTube, I get new subscribers every day. So I just want to let you know, if you want to see still pictures You can join my Facebook group. The link is in the description. Twitter, Pinterest, a cherry on top, 2 peas in a bucket, the Scraptastic blog, and Facebook and Instagram and all that. I'm Nicole Jones 911. Bye.